Hi, and if you're looking to do some channeling and some frequency work with the master teachers and Archangel Sandalphon, you're in the right place. And if you're watching this as a video, it's going to have the same power and the same effect. So hang in there. We'll start in a couple minutes. And in fact, I'll timestamp when I begin the instructions on how to best utilize this process, as well as and then I'll do another timestamp for if you're coming back and repeating it for when we actually begin the meditation. So anyway, not a lot of people are in so far. Well, it's a Sunday evening. Maybe people will find us as we go along. I see Pandora's in. Happy full moon to you too. Who else is here? Anybody out there? Anyway, I'm still going to give the live people a moment or two to get their notifications before we jump on in. And well, it says it's 14 on the stream. So, oh, hey, Claire. All right, there's somebody else. All right, I think you guys are finding us. So happy full moon, everybody. And hi, Chris. Hi, Michael. Alpina, welcome back, or welcome. I don't know if you're the Michael that we were talking via the comment stream, but thanks for coming in, or whoever you are. Thank you. Hi, Misbehaving. Hello, Crystal Pickett. Welcome. And how am I doing? I'm doing great. It's been very up and down. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot going on, a lot of change. Most of you, if not all of you, have heard that Joe Biden did step down as we forecast and believe that he would. So that's already happened. So still a lot to happen, a lot to come up, basically. Hi, Joyful. Welcome. All right, great. Glad to have you guys aboard and everything. And I see Joyce is in. All right, good evening. So let me explain a little bit about the process for the new people. I do channeling. A lot of you know that I do mediumship work also and psychic work. But as a channel, I work with a group I call the Master Teachers. They identify themselves as interdimensional beings of light, being of energy, that can work through channels like myself, and their job is to raise the frequencies. So basically that's their job. Hi, Jody. Oh, hit the like button. Yes, hit the like button. Good idea. Oh, that one. I remember to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for that. Thanks for having my back. All right. So where were we? Yeah. So they come to different channels and different people. I learned how to do this. Well, I shouldn't say I learned how to do this. Starting in 2008, I sat in with a channel named Susie Mazzoli. And at the time, I'd experienced different channels. I thought most of them were BS, to be quite honest. And I saw her flyer up in Woodstock. I live near Woodstock, New York. And I looked at it and I was drawn to it, and I was like, but then I heard a voice in my mind say, no, this is different. You need to go. So basically I went, and she did this thing where she was using her hands and she was channeling. She kept saying, we're raising the frequency. She's Australian, so it's more like, we're raising the frequencies. We're raising the frequencies. And oh my God, did I feel it? I almost fell off my chair. The energy got so strong. My head started to buzz. My body started to shake. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. So anyway, flash forward many years later, at 2021 to be exact, they started to come to me. And on Facebook, I got a live together. About 40 people came in, and I kind of did it as a lark, basically. It's like, all right, if the master teachers, if they're really coming to me and I can really do this, I'll give it a try. And I did it, I felt the energy. I led the transmission and all. I didn't think much of it until I got 3 separate emails with people saying, yeah, when I did the channel and I felt my crown chakra open, and I saw these vivid images, which they were basically describing what's called a gamma experience, or possibly even a, what's it called, the DMT release. But when we raise our frequencies and we activate our crown, that's what happens. And then we transcend our humanness, and we start to connect with frequency and spirit and stuff like that. So with that was the answer. It's like, all right, I am able to do this, and the rest is history. So that's basically how that started. So I'm a semi-conscious channel. In fact, I work with the master teachers every day. When I start to channel, it's not going to sound that different than Adam, to be quite honest. But the gift really is in the energy and the frequency. So the more you're able to tune in, to stay with the sound of my voice and to be present, the more they're going to be able to activate your fields. And the idea is they are assisting us in our ascension. As they explained it to me, they come to any civilization. Right now it's on Earth. Like all eyes in the cosmos are on Earth because we are the species that are on the threshold of our collective quantum leap, or our collective awakening. In Star Trek terms, it would be like discovering warp speed, basically, which may literally happen. Light's not really is not the fastest that we can move, but I take that more as a metaphor than anything. So they come and they're here to assist us, and they work with other extraterrestrial beings like the Arcturians and Pleiadians when they were on the threshold of their awakening. And within this group or this collective, there are beings that have transcended the physical, so they exist as light or energy, but maybe they once were Arcturians or Pleiadians. Like a lot of these beings are part of this team. So anyway, that's just a little bit of technical stuff. And there's some voice channeling too. So there'll be some messages that come through and stuff like that. And we do toning and light language. And if you're not familiar with light language, it's likely to sound a little bit hokey, to be quite honest. The first time I heard it, I was like, are you kidding me? Basically. But what it is, it's their sound patterns that our higher selves recognize, that our DNA recognizes. And we all are star seeds to greater or lesser degree, in my opinion. In other words, we're all from somewhere. And it's been not proven, but validated through science that about 200,000 years ago, modern human came on the scene with about a quarter to a third of the genomes that can't be traced to anything terrestrial. So how did that happen? Like in Darwin's time, that's like the missing link. How do we go from proto-human to modern human? There's something that happened. The only explanation for me that checks all the boxes is that we were seeded from an outside source, that proto-humans were seeded, and then we became modern human with extraterrestrial DNA and so forth and so on. I mean, there could be another explanation, but for me, that's the most plausible one. And some of us are new star seed because we are in this threshold of awakening. It's a what's the right word? An evolutionary process that we're spiking in our evolution now, going from one level to another. We've been kind of stuck, like for 4,000 to 6,000 years in this very primitive mindset, conquering, power over others, conquering. Look at the government. It's not that different from Rome, is it? It's just more sophisticated. There's treasons, there's abuses of powers, there's corruption, all that stuff is still alive and well. But once we transcend, when we reach a higher level, we don't need that anymore, because we understand we're all connected. We understand what you do to the other person, you're doing to yourself also. Yes, we're individuals and we have individual experiences, but we're part of a collective whole, a collective being, and so forth and so on. So anyway, that's basically that. So again, your job is just to be relaxed, keep your heart open, accept the frequencies. They're not going to do anything against your will. You're not going to forget anything that happened. I mean, sometimes people do fall asleep during these transmissions. That's fine. But if you do stay awake, you're probably going to feel the energy. Not everybody does, but most people do. And if you don't, it doesn't mean that you're not getting it. It just means that your senses aren't really aligned or whatever. I mean, I don't know. But anyways, so I see a few more people came in talking, but we still have not that many on. But I think what's going to happen is a lot of people are going to catch this in the video. So hello, Yvonne, blindly inspired. Laura, happy full moon. Yes, so it's a very powerful full moon. Hi, Mr. Floyd, Katie, Millie, Kim, misbehaving, and anybody that I missed, welcome. So anything else that we need to talk about? So my intention is to work with Archangel Sandalphon along with the master teachers. Some channels call them the Council of Light, I think, the master teachers. A lot of channels work with these energies. If it was just me, I'd be really freaking busy, wouldn't I? Right? But it's not. And then anybody that's open and that's aligned, that's I mean, the first thing is in order to work with these energies, we have to, like me as a channel, I have to keep myself clear. I have to do my spiritual work. I meditate daily. I've practiced martial arts for God forever. I mean, intensely for 10 years, yoga. So I do work to raise my frequencies and keep my frequencies high always. And because I do this work and I do mediumship, it's kind of my responsibility. If I'm doing mediumship, I don't want lower astral beings come in. I want the loving beings of our ancestors to come through. Like attracts like. Keep a high frequency, your tendencies to attract high level spirits also, right? So in other words, I work at this to train my systems in order to be able to transmit this level of energy and frequency, basically. And I'm still doing it. I'm still growing. I'm still getting better, as we all are. We're all growing. We're all ascending. Yeah, there's nobody's better than anybody here in this community. We're all at different levels of our spiritual growth and experiences. I just happen to right now, in this very limited time and space, be taking on the role of facilitator. But again, we're all channeled. And what really happens, and they explain this sometimes, is that you become the channel also. It's not just me. We're all in a group channeling experience, basically, if that makes sense. So we're going to work with Archangel Sandalphon. At least that's the plan. According to Steve Noble, he does a lot of work on YouTube. I think he's really amazing personally. When I worked, the first time I did his meditation, the ultraviolet light fire angelic transmission or whatever it's called, it's gone over 1 million views. So if you look up Steve Noble, that one will come up. And he called in the 6 archangels. That was the first time I ever actually felt the archangels come in, and I use his symbols when I do that. In fact, we're going to call the 6 archangels in today. We're going to use the only one that's different is Uriel. I have a different symbol that I use than he used. Everything else comes from Steve Noble. So I always cite my sources when I work too. I think we should all do that, right? I talk about Joe Dispenza all the time, right? Because I use a lot of his work and techniques in my work. So anyway, so that's basically it. So Mr. Floyd's walking a dog. It's a little bit hard to sit down and say it. And Millie's saying that he's amazing. So some of you experienced Steve Noble's work. Yeah, he's just a powerful facilitator. Oh my God. So anyways, I think we've got the background. We've been on over 10 minutes. I think it's time to begin. So for right now, just, relax, find a comfortable place. Sitting up is the best. They like us vertical because they can access us more. But if you want to lie down, you can do that also. Might fall asleep, but that's beside the point. And just start to relax. And as you're relaxing, just start to tune into your breathing. Inhaling love and light, from the universe, expanding that through your body, through your energy fields, exhaling, releasing any stuck, stagnant, or other people's energies, anything of the collective that you don't want or need, or other people. You can release that with the exhale, inhaling love and light, joy and empowerment, freedom. That word came to my mind. Exhaling, releasing anything that's having you stuck, any energies that are having you stuck. Long, deep breathing 3 times a day for 3 minutes at a time can work wonders. Just 9 minutes of your day can change your whole outlook on your life. Because, we can't help but to feel what's going on. Even if you're not so-called an empath or whatever, you can't help but to feel, because we're all connected. We can't help but to be affected by what's going on out there. But also we can't help but affecting others and affecting what's going on out there. So when you kind of set the intention, when you go into your heart, then you go into that portal energy. The heart is the largest electromagnetic generator in the body. So when you go into the heart frequency, you're able to separate from the negativity and blend more with spirit or source or God, whatever word you want to use, the quantum field, whatever word works for you. So long, deep breathing 3 times a day for 3 minutes at a time, inhaling love and light, exhaling, releasing stuck energy, other people's energies, the society. That makes a difference. Doing your heart-brain coherence makes you resistant to programming, because the hearts cannot be programmed. They only know love, compassion, gratitude. Brain gets programmed, yes. But when you do heart-brain coherence, because the heart's stronger than the brain, and you increase the frequency of the heart, the brain blends in with the heart, and you become resistant to that programming. And it's sophisticated. It happens through frequencies. As I've often explained, they even talk about that in the Montauk Project. They used to use radio signals to program people. Now they got Wi-Fi and cell phone signals to do that, more sophisticated. But that doesn't mean that you have to be a victim of that. Be a warrior. So relax, breathe, feel your shoulders letting go, chin, cheeks relaxing, temples relaxing, forehead relaxing. Feel a nice, easy flow. We're going to call upon 6 archangelic energies and start to visualize to the east. And if you don't know your directions, use right in front of you at the east. Beautiful green, emerald green fire. And we call on through the emerald fire, through this ray or this vibration or frequency of energy, we call in Archangel Raphael to the east, who's holding a healing wand, the medical symbol. It's like a crystal staff that has and golden wings and golden serpents around it. We call on Archangel Raphael to hold the space and energy of the east, to bring in the healing light and vibration. And as that's happening to the south or to your right, we call on Archangel Michael. So visualize electric blue flames and visualize the angel emerging from those flames, holding a silver sword. He surround you with this blue fire to keep you safe and empowered in this process, watching over from the south. And as that's happening, as we're raising the frequencies, we call on Archangel Gabriel to the west or behind. You can visualize diamond white fire. And the angel emerges from that holding a silver chalice. And allow those diamond white flames to interact with your energetic fields. This is the ascension fire. Archangel Gabriel is the one that blows the horn and wakes up the masses. So it's about communication, yes, but also about ascension and awakening. And to the north, we call on Archangel Uriel. Imagine he's holding a medicine shield, the symbol of the earth, which is a circle with a cross, an equal cross in the middle. Emerging from ruby red flames. And as you connect with the symbol and the flames, you call this archangel to you. Archangel Uriel is also very protective. It helps to keep us grounded and in our power, and helps us to manifest in this lifetime. And again, Archangel Raphael in front of you to the east, holding the space. Michael to the south, or your right. Gabriel to the west or behind you. Uriel to the north, holding the horizontal plane. And with that, visualize an infinity sign with golden white fire. And we call on the Archangel Metatron that works with the ascended Christ grid through the central sun energy, through the spiritual sun. So as you visualize the symbol and call Metatron forth, we call on the Christ grid, the grid of compassion and higher mind and higher heart, into the circle to watch over and to what's the right word? Activate the upper portion of our energy fields as we are raising the frequencies. Relax, dear ones. We are the master teachers assisting you in this process. And as this is happening, we call forth Archangel Sandalphon in the below space. Visualize a beautiful red rose and visualize silver white flames, as this is the archangel that holds the crystalline or 5-dimensional earth grid. Yes, the earth exists in many dimensions as you do. You are multi-dimensional beings. Right now, you are very focused on the third dimension or the three, but that doesn't mean the other ones don't exist. They do exist in the same physical space, but they're not physical. So there's your Zen cone or your mind tripper, as it were, and visualize these flames below you, imbuing you and empowering you with crystalline 5-dimensional energy, allowing the cause and effect of the 3-dimensional world to not have as much power over you as you transcend into a higher vibration of yourself and of the earth herself. And yes, within the earth, there is a crystal grid. It's not random where your crystal mind and diamond mind and ruby mind are all situated. There is a grid of energy that supports not only the earth herself, but all the life on the planet. This life is now being threatened through, we will call it human ignorance. Ignorance just means not knowing. It doesn't mean anything derogatory. As a matter of fact, you are the eyes of the universe. There are many, many, well, we'll say the galaxy, but there are many, many beings from other worlds that have their eye on you because they admire your resilience, your strength, your conviction, your ability to come together as a unified species to be at your very best when things on your world and in your lives are at their very worst. It is a gift that is not taken for granted. And you are actually teaching those that are more ascended than you are a thing or two as well. So you have a lot of help, a lot of assistance. Understand that many of you that are working with us, you are finding things falling apart in your lives, but things have to fall apart in order to rebuild. That tower has to fall in order to rebuild on a stronger foundation. As your life, like the society around you, is built on an unstable house of cards. That's false programming, manipulation, control, lies, deceits, in order to keep a very minute amount of people in charge of everything. So you're raising the frequencies. We say this a lot. Raising the frequencies, dear ones. Relax, breathe, allow. You are in a very powerful full moon right now. It is at the last degree. Well, actually, at the time of this channeling, the moon has already moved on to the sign Aquarius, but the full moon happened at the last degree point of the sign Capricorn. It's a completion. This is the time to complete. As we raise the frequencies, we will assist you in letting go of any energies that you don't need anymore. Imagine or visualize that from your body, from your center, and all around you, that the light, the frequency gets so strong that anything that's not in alignment with that, that's, shall we say, darker or negative might be a better word, although negative and positive are just judgment calls. It's just energy. It's just experience. It's just life. It just is. But that said, that which keeps you on hold, keeps you from your ascension, that's been happening for many thousands of years, that is what you are releasing and letting go. The bonds that bind you to other imperfect people that seek to control, to program you, and to manipulate you. It takes a lot of strength to break away from that. Many of you are ending relationships because your will has gotten so strong that you've superseded the will of your oppressor, which could be your husband or wife, or your boss, or your best friend. And once your will exceeds theirs, then is the time you break away. So always work with your heart, with your solar plex, to increase your strength of will. Well, we shouldn't say increase it. Your strength of will is what it is. It doesn't decrease or increase, but your ability to access your will might be a better way of putting that. Remember, dears, nobody's stronger than you. You all draw from the same source, the same power. If you want to call that God, yes, you draw from the same God. Nobody's more powerful than God. You're a son and daughter of that. know that there's a lot of intimidation tactics that are being used. For example, dears, when people do manipulative things like burn candles, do chants, black magic, and all that stuff, they are sending you energy or frequencies to get you into a, shall we say, a diminished or lower vibration, whether that's fear or whether that's anger. And then the control systems have a much easier time of grabbing hold of you and compromising your freedom. Freedom is a new revelation in the human consciousness of your world. You have not been free for 6,000 years or so. The indigenous get captured. The slaves are slaves. The royalty are slaves to their riches. And because of that, you find in your world subconsciously that many of you choose situations in your life that keep you from being free. You gravitate subconsciously again towards that abusive boss, that petty tyrant, or that narcissistic partner where you cannot be yourself. Understand, dears, understand that your subconscious of your primitive human bodies and lives, as it were, but you're not primitive, you are highly evolved in reality. However, in this experience, being in these primitive bodies and mindsets or whatever have you, you have a subconscious mind that is here for you to survive. And if something is different, the subconscious feels uncomfortable and resists. So if you are comfortable because you've known it for so many incarnations in all of your lives of being controlled by somebody else, when faced with freedom, you subconsciously make the choice to go with the bondage because freedom is new and it's uncomfortable to your subconscious and feels you can't survive without the familiarity. We hope we are making sense, because understanding this is very key in understanding or learning how to transcend and how to pull out of that programming, how to pull out of the primitive human body and into the crystalline, evolved human. And you are both. It's the wolf you feed. Yes, is it not? It's where you place your attention. Energy flows where attention goes. Yes. So every day, feel free. When you are in your heart space, you are completely free. Do that constantly. Do your affirmations. I am free. I am worthy of being free. I am good enough. I am enough to be free. Train your subconscious mind to be comfortable with freedom, and you'll start to attain it in this life. And the more of you who do this, the more that affects the collective. And by affecting the collective, it raises the frequency of the whole. And by you becoming free, it makes it easier for everybody because you're adding that freedom into the collective, you see. You're raising the frequencies. We wish you to know this because this time in your evolution, in this very powerful full moon energy, in this portal energy, this is your call to break away from those things that have held you back, spiritually as well as physically. Physically, yes, money, right? Money's the root of all evil. Or is it? Or is it the root of freedom? What happens if you have millions of dollars? You don't have to answer to a boss. You don't have to be bound to situations. Understand that money is a good thing. It's this physical counterpart to the spiritual principle of abundance. For as we often say, and the channel often says, everything that exists in your physical 3D reality exists in abundance, from the 15 trillion cells in your body to the massive amount of water, to the abundance of trees in the forest, the abundance of leaves on the tree, so forth, so forth, so forth, so forth, and so on. As we continue to raise the frequency, to relax, allow, and breathe. And just allow, just absorb these sacred sounds. Relax, breathe, allow. We are doing some clearing and cleansing work with you at this time. This is the time to let go, to ascend. As you're on the threshold of your collective quantum leap. In fact, it is a beginning. Nyototo sebera kyo mana sherio no mena ya titirio me yena ya mo wala raising the frequencies, relax, allow, breathe. When we say we are raising the frequencies, what we are doing is we are working with you and your higher self for a frequency elevation through our energy and transmission to activate your fields. Relax. Breathe. Feel the beautiful full moonlight in your heart and in your being. That magnificent satellite the ancients provided your world with for stability. Greetings. We come to you as a collective, as well as a singular being, commonly referred to as Archangel Sandalphon, and we hold the space of your higher earth vibration and fields. This is your time to let all the crap go, as it were. Yes, yes, yes. Release. Move on. But we work with the crystalline earth grid. We are not of cause and effect. We will assist you in transcending that. And one of the ways that you transcending that is through the understanding that you cannot and will not release anything at all that you have not first embraced. The channel, Adam, had to learn that the hard way. Through 60 years of suffering. My, this human is stubborn. Yes, yes, yes. With severe chronic eczema would be what the doctors told him. But there's too much fighting. There's too much like, I am not this disease. This is not me. I'm separating from it. To one day, after a particularly bad attack, he just said to himself, this isn't working. I need to accept. I can't be angry at God anymore. I can't keep planning my suicide to get out of this miserable, torturous body. And he discovered some techniques, mind over matter. He discovered some dietary techniques after spending many thousands of dollars on different diets and supplements. And he healed. But the amazing thing, he would share the story himself. We blend with the channel. We don't go through him, if that makes sense. So he is aware. We are talking together. After that episode where he accepted, he went out in the sun, did a little yoga, was not itching, came on, popped on the radio, and a very obscure song by an artist he admires named Tom Petty came on the radio, called The First Flash of Freedom. Indeed, that was Spirit's way of telling him, you have discovered the key. You have your first flash of freedom. Now, it took 2 to 3 years for him to be free, mind you, but he knew what to do. He knew what not to do, which is even more important. So what is it that you are not embracing, dear ones? What is it that you are resisting? What is it you are not accepting? There is no negative or positive. There just is. This is good. This is bad. No, that's your judgment. Everything is good that helps you to ascend. You're here to ascend and expand your experiences and grow. Anything that helps that is good. Do we condone violence in your world? People dying, people suffering, people being displaced, refugees? Of course we do not. We do not wish you to suffer either. But it must be embraced. That's where true compassion comes. You want to relieve the suffering, but you understand there's a higher purpose. That's what separates pity from compassion. We do not pity you. We do see the suffering. We do not feel sorry for you, but we have a lot of compassion for you. We want to assist in easing that. We want to assist your transition that so many humans don't have to suffer in the process. But it is a process. It is an evolution. And we are here to assist the master teachers, the archangels. We of Sandalphon. We are here to assist. We hold the crystalline earth grid. When you embrace and allow this energy within you and through you, you understand the higher purpose. You can separate out from the suffering of the world and find a place of peace, even if you are personally suffering or going through a lot. We are going to work with energy and frequencies to assist you in this level of acceptance. Imagine or visualize that you are standing in a giant crystal. You are indeed becoming part of that crystal, and that crystal is part of you. This crystal can hold you in a higher frequency, in a higher space. Feel the crystal all around you, that you're within this giant crystal, that you and the crystal are not separate. You are the same. Do you know? You all have the ability to tap into forces, frequencies, energy and vibration, direct them to heal people. Of course, they heal themselves. You're just directing the energy to assist their natural processes. But many have healed from things that doctors say is incurable. Some of it through energy work, energy healing, transmission work. We have, when I say we're talking about this channel, his guides, his healing guides, have done distance work. And people have had tumors disappear. And he's by far and away not the only one. Thousands upon thousands of you have had similar experiences. Once you tap into energy, frequency, prana, flow, whatever you want to call it, once you tap into that and direct it, you can create miracles. And when there's more than one, right? What is the saying in the Bible? When 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I shall be amongst them. So the more the merrier. Tibetan monks have prayed for peace during times of battle and found violence dropping significantly. You are not separate beings. You are part of an earth community. You are working together. Don't, please, dear ones, don't feel frustrated by the lower vibrations of others. This channel does this all the time, and we have to smack them on the head and tell them not to do that. Because you are part of them and they are part of you. The best thing that you can do is raise your vibration, and that helps everyone. Learn to separate from the collective, because you need that peace sometimes. Use the candle technique that he's shown you several times. Also, you can work with us. You can visualize the crystals of the earth, the crystalline earth grid around you and within you, surround you, kind of shielding you from that lower collective, not separating, but shielding from some of the negativity. Sometimes you need your peace. Go into your heart. When you're in your heart, you can't be affected by what's out there. You can feel it, you can acknowledge it, but as long as you're in your heart, you cannot and will not be negatively affected by the programming or the energy of others. In fact, you can help raise their vibration also. And enough people get this and do this. That 100th monkey is reached, the collective shifts, and then all of a sudden your politicians aren't talking about things like war, get rid of this person, this situation, change this law, rather than let's work together. Let's bring back governments by the people, for the people. What are the people saying? What is going to benefit everybody, not just the minute few, the cabal, the cabal, the elite, whatever you want to call them. It is well known and well documented that there are very few that control a very many in your world, and have learned how to manipulate power and energy, as well as money and resources, to maintain that control. The awakening is their worst nightmare, because they're going to lose their power. So there's a lot of pressure, a lot of resistance. Don't get frustrated. Or we should say, when you get frustrated, step back and observe that frustration and go back into the heart, and that's how you can transcend it. You are of the crystalline, ascended earth grid. You are of the earth. So as the earth ascends, you ascend. As you ascend, the earth ascends. There's no separation. She's living. She's breathing. Yes, she does breathe. Yes, she does have a heartbeat. It's called a rhythm and a cadence. Her heartbeat is 365 days that she circles your sun. Her breath, well, that takes millions of years. So you can't know that the earth is breathing. There's a microcosm, there's a macrocosm. Time is all relative. It's not linear. It's circular, but there's no circumference. So you can jump timelines. You can jump energetic valences or levels. If you did a time-lapse photo of the earth over billions of years, you'll see her expand, contract, subtly, yes, but it happens. It's the earth's breath. Everything breathes. Everything has rhythm. The universe is a rhythmic, living energy and entity. And when you find rhythm through music, through dance, through art, through breath, you start to blend with the universal rhythm, and you start to blend with God, spirit, or source. We are Archangel Sandalphon. We are assisting you in linking in and transcending into your crystalline, higher dimensional selves at this time, through linking with the crystalline earth grid. And we love you. We are raising the frequencies. We are the master teachers. Relax and breathe as we finish the transmission to step through this full moon portal, to prepare your DNA for awakening, different DNAs, to prepare your body, your systems, and your energetic fields for your transition to higher frequencies, for the quantum leap that is happening, for your ascension. Allow us to assist. Raising the frequencies. Relax, breathe, allow. And we are using sound frequency and vibration, as well as energetic transmission, to create more movement, more space, more elasticity within your energy fields, within your cells, as it were, in order to help to clear the old and embrace the new. And with that, this is creating movement within your cells, within the chromosomes, within the DNA, to activate, to awaken. Breathe, relax, and flow. Please speak to your higher self and your very DNA. Chochiso tadadeako babadonna na kyaka mashode basuwa wafe meditiaho quatabaditicho nasene ya oniato ya hihiatopa nieda hepa koshinadida pa monenga toya mo Bangadana Hiobakanama Yang Breathe aloud, just feel the gentle flows of energy now. Okay, we feel that we have done enough work for now. We are going to finish up, so hang in there just another moment or two. Koya, Sha, Heya, Matusha, Mamame, Yatosha, Katosha, Katoshe, Yam Noma, Katoya, Katosha, Meya Hong, Kato, Katoye, Katosha, Meya Hong, Aya. We are starting to release, now starting to ease the flow. Start to feel the energy starting to go down into your lower chakras now, to your solar plex, sacrum, and root, and into the ground, into your earth star chakra beneath your feet. Get very grounded and solid with Mother Earth, with the crystalline earth grid, the higher dimensional earth. Very grounded, balanced, open, and free. And start to deepen your breathing. Deepen your breathing, get grounded and centered. Visualize the base of your auric field, we'll say, a little tailpipe that allows any excess staticky energy to drain from your body and energy fields into the earth. That way, you'll be able to sleep tonight. And to get the staticky, it's sort of the byproducts of this energetic transmission. You want to get that out of you. So the drain, again, energy flows where attention goes. If you visualize it with your brain and you feel it with your heart, you create it energetically. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And my God. Well, my shirt is about soaked now. So that's how I know that I've been working with a lot of energy when I just keep sweating and sweating. All right, a couple of things. One, they were doing a lot of energetic work in order to, shall we say, what are the right words? To dislodge a lot of the toxic energies that are stuck in our energy fields, as well as our bodies. On every level, we're exposed to toxins, whether it's like Wi-Fi or cell signals, or if it's smoke from Canada, or pollutants in the food or whatever. We're exposed to toxicity on so many levels, especially energetic. They were really working to clear that. So what you guys are going to need to do is drink a lot of water in the next few days and take it easy. That's what we have for you. Let's see what your comments are. Yeah, thank you, Mel. Yeah. I think going to win the election. Yeah. It could be Michelle Obama or, bite my tongue, Gavin Newsom. I'm not so sure about Harris. Honestly, there's a couple of there's one alternative timeline that was presented to me. It's all fluid. I mean, yeah, I made a very accurate prediction with Biden stepping down, but it's all fluid. It's all timelines. Those timelines can change. So not every single prediction I make or any psychic makes is going to pan out, because all we have is the energy, the present, to project into the future. And some things will pan out because we've already set those wheels in motion, basically. But anyway, the point being is that there's an alternate timeline where Trump wins, but then he steps down in a year or two for whatever reason. He may feel that his job, you can agree or disagree with this. I'm not really going to talk about politics after this transmission, but just to address your question, he may feel like his work has been done, that the corruption's been exposed, because subconsciously or otherwise, he's the agent of change, through the agent of divide and change, and exposing a lot of stuff. Again, it could be through notoriety, or it could be through something more spiritual. I personally don't know, and it doesn't matter. I just want to be present. But anyway, that's answer your question. So Capricorn's now in Aquarius. The full buck moon was in Capricorn at 29 degrees, and it went almost immediately, like an hour later, into Aquarius. Good. Yeah. I'm glad that you feel that. Yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad that your neck cracked. Very good. Thank you for that also. All right, guys. So we've been almost an hour. That was a kind of a longer transmission. Very emotional. Yeah. So this may bring out emotion. Sometimes those stuck emotions are related to the toxin in our body. It may be, like traumas that are stuck, or patterns or whatever. So doing work like this that really gets things flowing and dislodges a lot of this energy. You may have crying episodes over the next couple of days. I mean, we are in a powerful full moon still, and we did this powerful transmission. Things may happen, but it's all to help us to ascend to the next level. As the master teacher said in other channelings, that the collective quantum leap really peaks around the lined gate portals of the Perseids meteor showers. That's around middle August. But quantum leap, even in chemistry, even in quantum physics, with the electron leaping from one energy level to another, it's not really a leap. It's a very, very rapid transition from that one level to another. It may take a couple millions of seconds, but what happens is it transcends through the quantum field and then arrives at this new level. So the electron appears to phase out, become energy. It appears to disappear and then reappear, basically. So, in a collective quantum leap, it's not going to take a millisecond. It may take a few months or even a few years to complete that quantum leap. But what's happening is we transcend through the quantum field. So we're closer to the quantum field, which means that basically we are closer to that source or that field that created everything and all time exists. So your law of attraction work is going to be stronger also. I'm sorry, I left your comment up. That was unintentional. So anyway, you're welcome. Yeah, thank you. Yes. It's my nature to be generous, because Spirit is so generous with me. You see, so I feel very motivated to share what I can with you. So again, thank you, everybody. I love you, and we will see you next time. We have some live streams this coming week. On the 31st, we're going to have our next mediumship night here on the channel, where I just give the messages, you relax. I don't remember what date, but over the last couple of days of July, we'll have the August 2024 psychic forecast. We'll see if that one turns out as accurate as June and July did. All right, love you guys. Thanks again. Peace.